The search for Patient Zero has begun.
New super strain of rabies.
Spreading faster than can be contained. Create a super violent
Please search for Patient Zero.
Society is near collapse.
Time is of the essence.
Bring him in.
There is no treatment. There is no cure. That turns humans into violent predators. Communication is impossible. Except for me.
Ready?
Yeah. Got a name? I can speak their language. Why? I've been bitten, but not turned. We are hidden underground in a nuclear silo. We search desperately for Patient Zero.
We cannot reverse engineer a vaccine without Patient Zero. The music's not affecting him at all.
Nothing.
You assume we're all the same.
Something new and smart is evolving.
You know anything about Patient Zero? It's only a matter of time.
Trust me, young man. Time is a luxury. You cannot afford it. We've been breached. Do I look sick to you? I don't think that we're the disease. We're the cure to get rid of the human infection.
We will continue to fight.
Time is of the essence.
Because that is what we do. We're at war.
I suggest you ask yourself,
Oh my God.
who's winning?
What can you see?
What's up, Universe, and welcome back to the web's first must-see comic and nerd culture show. Welcome to Comic Universe. I'm your host, as always, C-Dubs, guys. And today on the docket, we are going to be reviewing the trailer for Patient Zero. I, myself, am a huge horror fan. I am probably an even bigger zombie fan. Ever since the first time I played the very first Resident Evil back on the PlayStation 1, I have been enthralled in zombie culture. Honestly, I just absolutely love it. Zombie runs. Anything that has to do with zombies, it's cool in my book. So, when I heard there was a new zombie movie coming up, and there's a good twist on it, and it debuted today at San Diego Comic Con, I was like, well, hell yeah, I want to know about it. So I went ahead and I watched the trailer. So this is not a reaction review, but I will give you my thoughts. I'm going to play the trailer for you guys as well. I'll probably have already done that, to be honest with you guys. So this movie is starring Natalie Dormer, Matt Smith, and Stanley Tucci. Stanley Tucci is the main zombie. The main protagonist is Matt Smith. And basically, the concept of this film is essentially rabies has evolved and maybe crossed with maybe another disease, if you will. And it's spreading like wildfire. I know. You've seen it in one zombie movie. You've seen it in all. And the whole plot of the movie is they're constantly on the search for Patient Zero. They would not be able to, create a cure until they find Patient Zero. I assume they already know what Patient Zero looks like, because therefore, if the world is infected, how do you know who Patient Zero is, right? Do you test every zombie you kill? But anyway, that is the concept of the movie, and it seems that we are following Matt Smith's character, and he lives in in this group of survivors, if you will, that live in an abandoned missile silo, if you will. And in this, there was a zombie, which is played by Stanley Tucci, if you will, and he is not your average zombie, if you will. Matt Smith apparently says he's been bitten by a zombie but never turned. So he kind of speaks their language. So he tries to communicate with these zombies. And lo and behold, Stanley Tucci's zombie, who looks pretty awesome, pretty intimidating, even though he's handcuffed to a chair because he's just sitting there all nonchalant. And he is the zombie, and he's intelligent. He's able to speak and communicate in actual words, if you will. He even lights a cigarette, if you will, and he's smoking the cigarette. And he proceeds to basically monologue and let us know that maybe they're not the disease. Maybe that they are the cure to get rid of the human disease. And I was like, that's freaking awesome. So yeah, I mean, we've seen other movies kind of go with that concept as well, mostly like with robots to get rid of humans, like for instance The Matrix, Terminator, things like that. So it's kind of cool to see that, you know, thought process, you know, placed into the world of zombies, if you will, who are usually considered just either mindless or so filled with rage they can't even think if they wanted to. So it's kind of cool to see this guy just literally chilling, just his eyes are basically the color of Batman here, and he's just sitting there. It's like, maybe we're not the problem, maybe you are. And he proceeds to tell Matt Smith that they are on borrowed time, essentially, and somehow, I'm assuming, they can either sense him, since he's maybe a more... If there is a hierarchy to the zombie world, if you will, maybe he's the higher up, so they can maybe communicate with him. I don't know if it's a telepathic link or a pheromone thing like ants, where they know where their colony members are and things like that. So it could be kind of cool to see what plays out and how the zombies actually get to end up invading the missile silo. That part of the movie, that part of the trailer does add a lot of excitement to the trailer itself, a lot of action. But also that kind of takes away from the movie. That's one of the things that's like, well, we know that's the big thing. That going to get them. Also in this movie, we get to see what I believe to be an infected rat. And that's something we don't generally get to see. We don't get to see animals that often in zombie films infected by the disease. Sometimes it's even just a disease that only affects zombies. But in this case, it makes sense, especially since rabies is something that we generally catch from other animals, if you will. And if this is the mutated version of rabies, then it makes perfect sense that it would be able to infect animals as well. So yeah, it looks pretty interesting. I'll tell you this now, I'm definitely going to be there, probably opening night, definitely opening weekend, because again, I am a zombie enthusiast. I don't know what it is about it. I love everything that has to do with that culture. But guys, if you guys are zombie fans, I would recommend you guys check this trailer out. Definitely check the movie out when it comes out. What are your guys' thoughts on this movie? Is this a movie on your radar? Is it one you could care less for? Or are you going to save your money for more interesting horror movies like It, if you will? Or The Nun coming out? So yeah, guys, let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on the videos. Thank you so much if you've already done so. And if you haven't, please just take a quick second and click that like button. That's definitely going to help us trend better. That's going to let us know we're doing a good job, guys. Please, 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 and thank you ahead of time, guys. Until next time, we'll see you in the universe. Peace.